And,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I think you'd know if you cut off an oil.
Yeah.
We'd all know if I cut off an oil tanker.
Yeah, like, come on now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be having this
So did you get a ticket?
conversation if I did.
Just insurance card. But
That's interesting. He did you a solid then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I forgot to mention my friend. So.
Well, you didn't have to. You could say that for another day. 516.
Well, don't you still have to pay the surcharges, though, when you go there for the insurance
you shouldn't
card?
have. Are you covered?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is...
No, but a lot of times they say, well, you didn't have it the day there. It's just,
No.
it's not guilty. It's just dismissed.
No. Well, you get dismissed,
No.
but you don't have to go make an appearance. All you have to do is get a letter from your attorney, from your insurance company, and the letter has to say that you were covered. That car, that you were covered, that car, whatever it is, was covered. You were without lapse. That's a very important phrase. Without lapse, meaning the dates in question. Because some people will go and not have paid and be off today, and then they'll go and get it tomorrow. And this day was not. It has to be without lapse. A lot of times, if you don't have the without lapse, just to be jerks to you, they'll call you in for a personal appearance because of that.
Actually, this show has saved me twice from getting tickets. One time going home, okay, because my car is a little bit tinted and where I'm coming from, I told them about it. And then the other time coming here, I told them where I was going, and then it actually saved me. So everybody tune into sports, though.
I remember I'd never pulled over in my life, and then I was coming here one time back like 10 years ago, and I had it was the first week I had a red car. I was pulled over 3 times with a red car in 1 week. I'd never had it. Like,
Well, that was the first time I got pulled over in 3 years.
Yeah,
Actually, lie. I got pulled over last year.
And I was angry with the guy. The guy went away from me like, I'm like, go check my.
I got pulled over in Brookfield, Connecticut last year.
Well,
Mark, I believe you're a speeder.
If it's out of state, it doesn't count. Even touching states like to say it counts, it don't count.
No, because it was a dark road, and I was just trying to get home.
And you had New York plates.
Yeah. No, but I said to the guy...
DWNY. So, DWB? DWNY.
Driving along New York. That's a crime, too, right?
It is. Oh, I remember I got it in Strongsville, Ohio, coming back from a Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
And... the guy brings me back. He's like, "Oh, we had you on a helicopter." I'm like, "What?" And so I get in the car and I hear a guy say, "Hey, did you get that idiot from New York?" Like on the radio. I'm like, "Oh, I should probably pretend I didn't hear that."
Yeah.
You know,
maybe should I act like that?
Because he's being a real. He's like, "Oh, can you make this date for an appearance?" I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait because what I just heard on that when we subpoenaed that radio call, absolutely." And they're going, "Oh, no problem. You're good. You're good." You know, but that sounds like you were deliberately going after somebody. You know,
Because of a license.
Yeah.
Is that right?
No, you know what's crazy though? Before this guy pulls me over, right? He the cop because I'm trying to go now. There's like a big truck behind me and a big truck in front of me, right? So the cop just kind of jerks into my lane first, trying to get me to move. I wasn't moving. I was just trying to hope maybe he calls.
Right. I see people stopping in their tracks now when they get pulled over. It's like, go to the side of the road. Don't stop in the middle of the.
Yeah.
And then they go in the center aisle. It's like, well, no, go that side of the road. That's what you got to do.
But one time I was driving in North Carolina, right? Because when I'm driving in North Carolina, number one, I had a rental car with New York plates, and then I'm driving one of the highways, right? Some Mustang from Wantagh comes flying behind me in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple. Like last night, I was right on Route 110 in Amityville, and there was I'm down to say it's like an early 2000s Bronco with his lights on had pulled over a Lincoln Town car.
Usually
those undercovers.
Usually the Bronco's one being chased.
Yeah, it was those are undercovers. And the same thing happened back. Not the knife guy, but who was the robber last year who was robbing places like Carvel's? Like there was a guy last year.
He got caught in Floral Park.
Yeah, I was in a Carvel at 10:30 at night, and all of a sudden out of an SUV, out of a minivan, guy with a street clothes, but he had a badge around his neck. He just came in just to check on them. He's like, just so you know, there's a guy going around. I'm like, you're in a minivan.
Yeah.
he's like, he's like, because you'd never expect us. You know, I'm like, all right. I'm like, wow, all right. Yeah, you're in a minivan.
But when I do see you, you won't catch me.
And that's and that's narcotics. Is basically what they are, because you would never expect you. They go check all the deals going down in the parking lots and everything. And it's I was like, well, you're in a minivan.
Yeah.
I hate to be pulled over in a minivan. I'm like, what are you doing? You know.
Where was I coming? I think I was coming from Roosevelt Fillmore, so I was on the
No, you
What?
weren't.
Oh yeah. So no, I was coming home, and then I seen a car off to the side, but a taxi behind it.
Oh yeah.
I seen an undercover
Malvern
in a
has
yellow cab.
Malvern has an undercover. They have a police car painted as or at least they did back like 10 years ago, painted as a police car.
He got pulled over in a yellow cab. I'm thinking he called taxi maybe because his car broke down.
Right.
It was an officer.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I got
Roosevelt
be careful.
Field?
I was coming from Roosevelt Field, so I was on the.
Was it an
Southern
all
State.
island?
No, I was on the Southern State Parkway coming home.
Oh,
Wow.
all
So I know
island?
Malvern does it.
Yeah, so
Jerry
No.
Blessinger?
No. Call it. You're on Sports Talk. Hello.
What's up, guys? It's KJ.
all
Hey,
right.
KJ, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So where do we go for dinner?
Red Lobster.
Wait, you know, my mother texted me. She was off from work today, and she was like, "Oh, after my class, just meet her at Red Lobster. Is it the one right there by Roosevelt?"
Probably not because you're in New
I
York
went to one close by home.
Yeah.
Suffolk County.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was just at Red Lobster's too.
Did you get the biscuits?
Yeah, I had to get the biscuits.
Yeah, gotta get the
what,
biscuits,
What do they
man.
put in them?
Apparently they sell them. They sell the batter in stores now. Apparently.
Oh, for real?
And I've never had them. And there's a guy. In fact, we have a studio here named after him, Joe Chin. He's a radio legend at WHPC. Passed away way before he should have. One time I said something about biscuits at Ruby Tuesday. He wound up talking about the biscuits at Red Lobster. I had never heard of them.
Yeah, oh.
Now everyone tells me how great they are.
So you still haven't tried them?
I've never tried them because I don't like seafood. So it's like
okay.
if I go there, I'm sure they have a turf. Do they have on the menu? Are we both there today? Do we have like a chicken or a steak?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All right, so that's
Yeah,
what
'cause
I
I'm,
would get.
I'm allergic to seafood, so
Oh.
that's the funny thing about it.
So on your birthday, they took the allergic guy.
to the seafood spot.
I'm thinking your family's not liking you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You did something.
Well, I wanted to go there because I love the biscuits and the maple glazed chicken.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. But let me guys tell you something. Those biscuits, Chris. Once you have them,
That's
you
what
won't
I
stop
hear.
having them.
Yeah, no, I got to do it.
You
I
won't
got
stop
to do
having
it.
them.
There's one where?
There's one by
Copeg.
Sears.
Copeg,
the
too.
one, is the one by Sears in Hicksville still there?
Yeah,
or no?
that
Okay.
one's still there, but I guess on the South Shore, Copeg.
Yeah,
right,
it's Copeg on
right
Summer
across
Highway.
from my old job, Amendola's Fence.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Wow.
But do you know how good the biscuits are? They actually have Red Lobster biscuit chapstick now. That's how good the biscuits
That's
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's unheard
That's the
of.
girl you want to date.
Yeah.
are. Exactly.
But
Wife material.
Someone told me Olive Garden has good biscuits too. I don't know.
No, they
but
do.
being on Long Island and going to the Olive Garden is like beyond the beyond. Like
Yeah.
really, you want to? Like I see it in the city. I'm like, you're in the heart of New York where you have the best Italian restaurants in the world, and you want Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
But the thing about it, it's levels. It's different levels to. It's Red Lobster when it comes to biscuits, and then it's everything else. Those biscuits, it doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
It doesn't make any
Who else
sense.
makes a good biscuit?
I always liked Ruby Tuesdays ones, and they were. So I don't know. And then obviously I said Olive Garden.
Oh, I'm thinking of Bisquick biscuits.
Oh, you buy those in the store. Or now they have like biscuits, there's like a yellow thing, like pancake batter. You just pour it out in the griddle. Just pour it right out instead of making it and being lumpy and everything. You just pour it right out.
I'm more of a grits guy, if I can have it.
Have you eaten grits?
I had grits today.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you had grits?
I've had tried grits before, but I'm not a grits guy
How about
by
you-
any stretch.
KJ, have you had grits?
I don't eat grits.
I've never had grits. How about corned beef hash?
I had that
Corned beef
last week.
Oh,
I'm not that either. I'm not a corned beef hash person
I haven't.
either.
I had corned beef hash. I don't
don't
know
like.
what
I'm not.
You
that's
had
not
it.
my
You had it
thing.
last week.
Yeah, and I had grits today on Long Island.
How about what's the new thing? Steel oats. That's the new nutritious
Steel
thing.
cut?
Steel cut oats.
That's
yeah.
that bougie Panera
yeah,
bread.
exactly.
You had that too.
I've had in the past.
Oh gosh, like you're so adventurous. I tell you, I want to be just like you when I grow up.
But there's a lot of things I don't eat. There's like half the menu I can't eat at Red Lobster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because it's shellfish.
Yeah.
I don't eat shellfish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, is that religious reasons?
Yeah.
Or is that, yeah.
Well, since people don't like to do religion anymore, I'm going to say it's tradition based.
How about cheeseburgers? Can you eat cheeseburgers?
I eat those, but
have
but
bean
I
cheese?
but I've only had it within the last 5 years,
Okay.
so it's been fairly new.
Oh, okay.
So that's like when you go to Ben's Kosher, they have the sign about like don't bring in,
Yeah.
So if you are going to eat a cheeseburger, I'm sure that you have to have the best type of cheeseburger, right? So what type of
Well,
cheeseburger did you
Black
eat?
Angus,
Well, no,
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
I actually don't like Shake
Are
Shack.
people going there? I don't know. I just ate at Thomas's Diner this past Friday.
Aha! I was there today.
Were you really? I was
Yeah.
there. Where'd you park? I had to park like
the
blocks
back.
away. Oh, I had to park blocks
That
away.
light doesn't work though.
Oh no.
When you make that left, there's like a left turn.
Right. No. And I was looking across, and I didn't see any customers at that Shake Shack. That's why I was.
Well, they're too greasy. I think
that's kind of
and I'll be honest, I don't eat burgers that much anymore.
And I know Shake Shack's at City Field. They've moved Keith Mex's.
That's in the other corner.
Yeah,
now.
they've moved it now.
Where's
Keith
Dough?
Hernandez's, but the
cookie dough place. They have it at City Field now.
Do they really?
Yeah.
But that's one of those things they have to be, because apparently cookie dough has become a bad thing because everyone thinks that raw cookie dough is bad for you. It'll
now
kill
they
you
make
or
it-
whatever.
they came out
So they're going to
and-
make like
they
a
came out.
special version of it for you.
You guys like Five Guys?
I've only been once.
Once? You like that?
I'm really laying off the burgers.
There's
I'll be honest, I dropped 12 pounds.
Way
so-
back burger, really?
Yeah.
Nice. There's a way back burger I tried last year where they had a Ghostbusters promotion, so my kids made me go. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Cheeseburger.
There's a place that's in the Modell's shopping center in Westbury and Old Country Road. It's supposed to be pretty good. Just a stand.
Modell's in
Stand.
Westbury?
Yeah, where Home Depot is, and not Westbury, East Meadow. Sorry.
Oh, I don't go down there.
There's a big. It's a stand. It's supposed to be pretty good. But KJ, so you got the maple chicken, I guess.
The maple glazed chicken, yes.
That sounds beautiful. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
you know when you're waiting for your food, sometimes you take a little peep over to the side to see what somebody else.
Oh, you
is
always
getting.
want whatever people have.
Yeah, you want to know. They had the maple glazed chicken.
I
today.
call that, like in a diner, I call that the Reuben. Because
Yeah.
I'll look on the menu and I'll see the Reuben and I don't get it. And then the guy next to me gets it. I'm like, oh, I should have gotten the Reuben.
Yeah, I should have got it. I'm like, he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
You ever seen that old Olive Garden commercial where like, I like what you're having. There's a new rule tonight. Pass 6 plates to the right.
That's great. That's great. Now, KJ, would your Celtics have put up a better fight against the Golden State Warriors?
No. That's the scary part
No.
about it. Is like you saw what the Cleveland Cavaliers did
Yeah.
to the Celtics. It's
Yeah.
just like you can't
Yeah.
imagine what
Yeah.
the Warriors.
That's exactly these Warriors are on a gear that I've never seen in a long, long time.
Despite the fact that they're the Spurs, right? Because we haven't seen the Warriors really threaten, except for that. I know it's hard to go back to now, but what did they had Kawhi Leonard and Aldridge? They played great, but what did they do to even be up by so much against that Warriors team?
Yeah.
That's what you have to really think about. You know, it's Greg Popovich. He's
Kawhi
always,
Leonard.
That's true.
Like
But-
Kawhi Leonard was able to get into the grill of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
That's true. So you saying is that what it kind of is? Like, you know, LeBron is not doing that enough, or like?
Well, first of all, I feel like he's scared to guard Kevin Durant. The fact that Richard Jefferson was basically guarding Kevin Durant the whole game.
Yeah,
a 37-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Jordan.
and then you got J.R. Smith and Shumpert, who's just too small. But that's the thing, though. That's the thing where LeBron, you know, he could usually roam and play defense, but whoever he guards, he has unless he's going to play one of the centers, he has to really put a full effort. I don't think he really ever had to do that throughout his career, where it doesn't matter who you guard. They could take you off the dribble. They're going to come at you. Steph Curry, you know, he's going to isolate LeBron. He don't have no problem with that. Klay Thompson, he would try to do something. Kevin Durant, even Draymond Green is not afraid of LeBron. So no matter LeBron for how many? I think did he say he played 46 minutes? He really has to play both sides of the court for the whole 46 minutes, and I feel like that is really taking its toll on him.
Yeah, he's stretched too thin. He can't be everywhere. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. So and then I didn't really. I knew that the Warriors were a long team, you know, in height. A lot of them are with their crazy wingspans, but I see the size different now, even though I didn't really notice it before, when they play against each other. Like, Curry's bigger than, you know, taller than Kyrie. Klay Thompson is bigger than J.R. Smith. Kevin Durant is taller than LeBron. And, you know, it just goes on. The only matchup they might have is probably, I think, and I don't even think Draymond Green is taller than Kevin Love. He's not, right?
No, I don't know.
No, he's not
No.
taller than, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the only matchup. And then Draymond Green is more physical, so that neutralized. They're bigger. They might even be faster, you know, better scores. It's just, they just outmatched right now.
You know who's the biggest disappointment of this whole series?
Kevin Love?
No, Tristan Thompson, man.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that's
sweet.
true, that's true. And what about Kyle Korver? I mean, I seen him in maybe a funk maybe one time apart from this time.
Kyle
His whole
Korver's just
career.
old.
But his
He's
claim
old.
to fame,
he's past his prime.
he has two claims to fame. Number one, he was traded for a fax machine.
And it, like, nobody is.
He's just. I mean, Kyle
And number-
Korver. Back when I played fantasy basketball, which was decades ago, he was my guy.
And number two, he's known for hitting 1 3-pointer every game.
Yeah.
Because he had the record for hitting at least 1 3-pointer every
No,
game.
He's just past his prime. He's just hanging on in the league as a specialist, and
But he always was a specialist.
Yeah, but he was a better specialist. He was a
Yeah.
guy who could hit more shots. Now it's just not gonna. And now you rely too much on him. It's like even the best shooter is going to be what percentage?
They rely too much on him because the game has changed into
Correct.
that. If the game never changed into that,
he was born 10 years too early. He would have been in this game, he'd be a great Golden State Warrior.
Yeah,
He like Steph Curry. He was Steph Curry with less skills. Curry could do a lot more.
Well, most people say, "Mom, Dad, couldn't you get done it earlier?"
Well, but here's the thing about Steph Curry. There's a guy who no college wanted him. He played for Davidson. Bob McKillop, Chaminade graduate, old Holy Trinity head coach. He played for Davidson. This is an NBA